Here we are once again playing one of the most highly anticipated modern war strategy games, Broken Arrow. It was also one of the most downloaded games during Steam Next Fest. The developers have stated they've addressed a bunch of the feedback. The demo is available for a limited time, so head on over to Steam and download Broken Arrow. And please provide your feedback because there is still a ton of feedback to take into consideration. So what we're going to do is we're going to dive directly into the mission by hitting Demo Mission. And it's only available until March 20th. If you enjoy military strategy, tactics, and doctrine and like seeing applied to strategy games, I guarantee this is the channel for you, so make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Please consider hitting that join button because it's truly going to help out the channel. So we had to watch this load screen. Unfortunately, we're going to hit escape to go through this. The general is going to once again guide us through the coastal battery assault. We're going to clip skip because I kind of want to talk and I don't want him talking over me. Sorry, General, that's just the way it's going to be. So we know that there's a coastal battery right here. There's also several anti-air missile systems that we need to neutralize. We will do that once we identify them in the fog of war. As you see, there's a red circle identifying the general location. I believe these are the two coastal battery systems. And there's anti-aircraft missile systems within the city. Here we have a T-72, so there is a bit of an armored component. So we are going to be, it's going to be a bit of a challenge, but we do have Dragon missiles that we could use to engage those. The first thing you're going to make note of is the zoom feature is still there to where it, like, if you zoom out or rotate your camera at all, it's going to take it over. I really don't enjoy that feature. Also, there's still two options. You can bring up your settings in one menu. You can bring up your power, your return to main menu in another. This feels backwards to me. I feel like yes should be right here. I know it's minor, but after quitting several times to try and get the gameplay correct, it's just something you're instantly going to notice. The mortar right here, this LAVM, I still feel like these are very samey. And then here's our two recon squads. So the first thing we're obviously going to do is get our Dragon teams on deck. So we're going to grab our two Dragon teams. We're going to put them in MTVRs. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put them right here next to our mortar. And it's still going to dominate our zoom. Once our Dragons are on deck and able to neutralize enemies, we're going to begin engaging these BRDMs and T-72s. The AI is a bit more aggressive. Unfortunately, there's still no line of sight tool. I keep hitting Control and C to try and bring one up, and it's just not something that happens. You can hit the F1 key right here and see these are all the keys. I do not see anything that says line of sight. Please let me know if I'm incorrect in the comments, and it's just not there yet. All right, with our Dragon teams on deck, let's move them into position. So we need to be really, really careful. We're going to fast move right here. Then we're going to move one of our Marines up here as well. And we're going to try and use these buildings as a bit of cover to try and get into position. I think that's really, really, really important. We also need to be really careful. All right, so let's grab our Dragon teams. Let's try and select our Dragon teams. As you see, if we zoom in, there's still, like, for some reason, there's only one option to unload. If you look over here to this right, so if you hit unload, you need to click again and they drop. I think there should just be an instant unload button. That's just my opinion. We're going to move to those buildings. And they're going to go a very, very bad direction. That's not the direction we want them to go. Still a bit of pathing problems. They were much closer over here, so they decided to run through this major open area. Not my personal favorite, I'm going to be honest with you. Let's see if this T-72 is going to engage us. He really has an eye for us. And it looks like they were trying to get our Marines. Still really struggling with this pathing. So unload as well. We're kind of creating a gaggle right here. They're going to go into that building. This unit is currently upset. He's shocked. Let's see if we can drop the Marines off. Let's see if we can get this Dragon team into position. Let's watch what's going on right here. That T-72 is really being a bit of a bummer. We do have a mortar team, this LAVM. If you zoom in, we do have that. We can also get some more infantry on deck. We can get some small teams if we wanted to, which is exactly what we're going to do, so we can prepare a little bit of combat. It's still a bit challenging to get units in. Let's see where this unit is. Paths. Can we please get this Dragon unit on deck? And we're going to hit fast, and we're going to move them up there. And now we're really, really bugging out right there. What's going on? Please just move. Still, it looks like they're just trapped. So I think they're just trapped right there, so they're confused, which is unfortunate. Our dragon team's constantly engaging. Let's see if he'll shoot dragons. He's prioritized that anti-aircraft system when this T-72 is really giving him a hard time. Let's see if we can redesignate that for our dragon team. All right, he's choosing to engage with small arms. Please shoot one of your missiles at him. Missile away. All right, that T-72 is absolutely going to slaughter us, and he is instantly destroyed. Kind of a bad situation right there to lose a dragon right off the bat. Not the unit I want to select. There we go. Let's move forward out of that building and into here. Let's see if we can get another dragon team playing here in a moment. Move that unit up. Dragon's going to continue to move up. We have the small team right there. Can't really do much with him. We're going to move for an unload. Try and continue to reinforce this left position, but that T-72 was really being a jerk. Let's see if he prioritizes that. My dude, move. If you're getting shot, just move. Don't sit there. All right, let's see what we can do. T-72 is going to run. Please don't do that. T-72 down. BRDM. Please don't talk about every single thing that I'm doing. Anti-air system down. LAV up. Still, let's unload. Still a lot of issues picking units, in my opinion. Let's see what we can do with this small team. Let's see what we can bring on deck. Insufficient. Let's just get another small team. It sucks that we lost that unit so soon. Let's get this last set of Marines going. We need to be careful. Without knowing lines of sight, it really makes our approach quite tedious and quite difficult, in my opinion. Also, I would like something other than white. I feel like white and blue with this blue outline, and they kind of match up. That needs to change. Let's get some Marines going. All right, I'm glad that the Marines chose to take the inside path instead of the outside path. Still not sure what determines that. I don't like where you're at. 2 BRDMs currently moving towards us. We have a little bit of a gaggle right here. Let's see if we can break them up. Get this MTVR. Let's see what this Marine team decides to do. All right, easily destroyed. You still have that same feature of able to go building to building. Looks like they're panicked, so they don't move as well anymore. Artillery begins falling, so we need to press forward. That's the battery. Dragons decided to take the outside route. That's really not super good. They like to move along this outside road. Let's go building to building. Not quite sure why it's not working anymore. For some reason it works, sometimes it doesn't, so you can still kind of cheese it if I click in and out. Dragon team's forward. Everyone's going to get on deck. We're going to get some things going here in a moment. That artillery is really being difficult. All our small teams are on deck. We have our own artillery battery. We're going to move him up. We have this LAV conducting recon. We're going to leave. What are these scout snipers? Let's mount back up. Let's mount back up. No reason for them to be where they're at. Let's get these LAVs on deck. I don't want them to fast move. I want them to just move into this general vicinity. Force recon is going to be super useful. Once we get everyone on deck, he chooses to take the dangerous route anyway. 2 small teams. We're going to get them in these buildings. You're a bit late. Let's get you in that building as well. All right, everyone's moving. 2 LAVs. Let's get our bit of armor up here to provide fire support. Once this fire support's in position, I did not want you going that way, and that is why, because you're being engaged by a T-72. T-72 down this alleyway, obviously long lines of sight, going to be absolutely terrible to deal with. So what we need to ask ourselves is how we conduct this road crossing, because it is extremely dangerous. We've identified a T-72 right there, but that pressure is still on. So let's get our Marines to secure the position first. Please. So Warno has this thing where if you zoom in, it splits them up. Broken Arrow does not. Once our Marines are in position, we're going to have them. Please, dude, get out of there. All right, we're going to unload these units right now, right up here. Get these force recon units back online, and then we're going to see what we can bring in. We're going to get another dragon unit. We're going to put him up here, and then I don't think we do need a Stinger, don't we? Stinger unit to provide anti-air. We have 4 any recon helicopters support. LAV with artillery. Yep, we most definitely want that. Let's start firing on some positions. We have a BRDM shooting us from that area. Let's see what we can do. T-72 easily dealt with. BRDM down. Anti-air system identified. Force recon unit's going to move up here to this building over there. Force recon going to move up to this building right there. BRDM down. Marines taking a lot of fire. Dragon team is still not moving. Lots of issues with the Dragon team. Needs to be really heavily microed, and they just don't do well. Still need just an auto unload button. I'm sorry, I'm going to say that over and over and over and over again. There just needs to be a button that drops your units. I shouldn't have to like task them to move like that. I'm just going to say that again repeatedly. That's my feedback, and I'm sticking to it. Let's see what we can do with these two SMA teams. See if we can get them in buildings. All right. We need to actually assign our artillery units to have a bit of... Why is this LAV sitting here? Control 1. Let's see what we can drop some artillery. See what this BRDM's about to do. All right, he's going to walk right into that unit. What do we have? How many points do we have to bring in? We don't need it. Let's bring another Stinger unit in. Right there. Try and set some of these units. We've identified that helicopter. We knew he was going to be there. Stinger unit's going to be right here. We're going to advance one building up, and we're going to advance one building up. All right, artillery is falling on our position. Force recon, Dragon team. We need to keep moving, keep the pressure on. Let's see what we can do. Hit 1 T. I don't like this unit right there. All right, those force recon units should be able to do anything. Please fall back. You don't need to be a part of that fight. Did you choose to go out? You enter the back of the building and you choose to go out the front. Please stop that. All right, big little fight going on here. Big little fight. This LAV should easily be able to engage that unit. Force recon going to get them up on this road. Losing a lot of units right here. This Dragon team's really important. We're going to pull back. We're going to hit 1 T. Keep artillery on that position. Let's get this unit in the fight. Move over one building. There's our artillery. Finally, get the Stinger team into position. Dragon team, I don't want you dancing that dance. I want these Marines. These Marines right here who are currently shot, go right there. This Dragon team's going to fall back. What is this? This is a force recon team. These guys, super geniuses of the special forces world, decide to exit the front of a building. These guys who keep getting told to go into a building keep refusing to go into a building. Let's get 2 more Marine squads up and running. A bit far back, we have a bit of a fight going on right there, breaking out. We have 1 mortar team. I could have swore I called in another mortar team. Let's identify that. We also need to get some. We do have 1. We have no ammo. We need some supplies here in a moment.
That missile launcher is gone.
So I had to click this multiple times. 3,000 supplies. Let's drop you right there. We have a Stinger team. We need to bring them up to unload right here. If you click on a building, it doesn't work. We should easily be able to engage this. For some reason, we're really struggling right here. Let's get on the corner. Let's get this Dragon team right here. Still lots of random issues. All right, let's continue to reinforce. We need that Dragon team in position to engage that unit. We're going to pull you back. We're going to hit 1. What is smoke? Smoke, smokety, smoke, smoke, smoke with our artillery. Why can't I find smoke with artillery? Fire position. Let's hit F1. What is our smoke for artillery? Is it X? Not quite sure. Not a fan of not being able to find it, though. All right, we should easily win this engagement right here. What do we have? 2 BRDMs or BTRs engaging 1 LAV, which should win that. We have lots and lots and lots and lots of units. Right, and unfortunately, we constantly need to. There we go. Arming back up. Marines getting on deck. So how do we execute this? We pop smoke, right? All right, smoke's out. What did smoke do? These Marines, did you pop smoke at all? You smoked inside the building. Would like to see smoke fly out of the building. Sorry. I guess I executed that smoke wrong. That is my fault. So I have smoked the inside of that building. Please do not enter it because you will not be able to breathe. Right there. Worth noting. Easy engagement right there. These Marines are choosing to go a random direction. We need to continue to provide fire support. Hit 1. Where's my artillery? Hit 1. Why is there a random? So we had a team go all the way in our back line for absolutely no reason. Engage our MTVR, and now we've lost our unit right there. Kind of dumb.
The entire tank platoon has been destroyed.
So tank platoon's down. Thank you, General. You need to instantly unload so you can engage this what looked to be reservists. And I do believe you can easily do that. Now you need to remount up. Actually, you don't need to do anything because you're a bit slow. Back up. Let's get our supplies back online. Let's get insufficient. We don't have any money. We're broke. Kind of obnoxious right there that they just swooped around, killed all our fire support. But what can you do? You know, I guess we could be better. Always could be better. A big old gaggle of armor right here. Let's try and split it up. It's just we got to be really careful because we can't really micro a lot of this armor. I thought I told these Marines like 10 times to get in the fight. And I thought I told this Force Recon unit like 10 times to get in the fight. Are you broken? What's going on right here? Nope, they're not broken. Alright, kind of spreading things out a little bit, seeing what we can do. What's our Dragon team looking like? How much ammo do they have? We're going to bring them back. Going to lose a lot of firepower when bringing them back, which is unfortunate. We also need to be careful. I would like these Stinger teams to be in a better position. This building's absolutely destroyed. I don't remember a big firefight going on there. Do not go along the road. Stay within cover. Alright. Stay in cover. No. Force Recon. No. Why are you choosing to go that way? Alright, let's see what happens. I want him to get really close right here. And it's auto going to turn my camera. Alright. So why? What's the thinking right there, right? Like with the AI. Right? So what's this Force Recon doing? So that one's choosing to go all the way. We should be able to easily engage that unit. We did lose our artillery, so we can't really rely so much on that. What's this one going to do? He drops inside. Does he go inside? So we bring these guys forward. We attack through the outside. We don't really have anything. We have no smoke. What about these SMAs? They have no smoke. So if we click smoke with all of these guys, this is like really dangerous and stupid, right? We don't, there's no cover button. We just know. And why is it that when you hover over someone, they choose to move? Like, why are we moving? So what's going on here? Why is this unit... All right, stop. Stop. If we click this Marine unit and we say attack, and we say let's go right click, they choose to move forward. That's not good, right? They should engage at their maximum distance or from where they're currently at. So if we left click, they move forward. That's not good. And now we need to prepare for a counteroffensive. And we can't even root one guy out. So it seems like the attack... What's attack? Q attack. Move in combat mode. Stop attacking an enemy unit and attack enemy units you encounter. So it's basically a move. Okay? Here's the enemy counteroffensive. Here's our Marines. We have no Dragon teams. They're really going to provide a lot of fire support. We have no artillery. Here's our Dragon team. We have an LAV. What else do we have? We have another Dragon team, currently rearmed. Hopefully, because they are on deck. We have a Humvee. Does this Humvee have any sort of weapon system? You are going to back up. 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 Right? We have fire support. LAV. Random Marine squad. Unload right here. We're basically going to get absolutely wrecked because we don't have anything good to counter this assault. We're going to grab our Stinger teams, pull them back. We're going to grab these Marine teams, pull them back. Those guys are not going to do too good right there. We're going to get absolutely pushed back. Where are our Dragon teams? Without these dragging teams in position, we're going to really struggle. I can tell you that right now. So also without this artillery online, we're going to really struggle. Control 1, T. So we have a good little fight going on here. Everyone bang, bang, shoot, shoot. LAV's LAVing. Naval infantry, naval infantrying. Good little counter-offensive. We don't have a good defensive line, but we do have a bit of a combined arms defense going on. We could get another one of these AAVs involved. That would be quite fancy. This guy's getting absolutely suppressed. What's our retreat? Pop smoke, please. There you go. Don't move when you're told to attack. All right, no line of sight. So you need to move to line of sight is what you need to do. You need to go over here. Can I just like refill this, or do I need to like... What's my options with this LSV right here? Right, because we can't return to base. So we can do return to base. We're going to do this. Get that guy going. This guy, get him up here. All right, so we survived. Not as good as I would have liked to, but we survived. What can we get on? What can we get in the battle? Get 2 more sets of Marines. Now we need to progress across this little opening, secure everything that's going on right here. What do we have? Force recon units who have done almost next to nothing. We have Marines. We have Stinger groups. I know there's a helicopter out there. I think we did fairly good microing right here. We weren't really in a good defensive position. I wish it would give us like a time limit right there instead of counterattack incoming. It's like counterattack incoming, and they're already there. So you're like, okay, well, I hope my forces are in a position to defend themselves. So there needs to be like a 10 or 15 second timer. I don't know if there is. I don't really remember. All right, let's continue to move up. Let's probe this counter-offensive. Let's get our LAV online. Let's get our Dragon teams up front, provide our heavy armor. Let's get our Marine team up there. Let's get our group of 10 right here. What is this, a Dragon and a Marines? I would like... All right, and so let's pause. Right. Unload right there. Unload right here. All right, so we have a small little fight going on right there. Let's artillery that unit. What are those, reservists? Still, my dude. Let's see what we can do with this. Right there. Thank you for choosing to take the inside path. Artillery is crushing that unit, absolutely. Does this guy have any weapon system? Just return to base. Let's get you up there. We have almost gotten to where we need to go. I feel a bit short on supplies, that's for sure. Let's see what we can do right here. Here's our little rally point. Let's go unload. All right, those guys. Lots of supplies incoming. Then we don't need this unit anymore. Or does he stay? So if he's... This guy, return to base. You don't take the supplies with you. It's been unloaded. All right, next building, just building to building to building to building. Finally, we can move forward. Force recon, gonna force recon. Decide to take the inside path. Thank you, kind sir. Stinger team, go up here. There's a helicopter loitering. That guy is still alive and existing. I firmly believe that this unit can take one of them out, and they did. This unit chose to take the outside path. Not my favorite, as you guys know. Now we need to execute more street crossings, which is going to be extremely dangerous, in my opinion. We're going to try and get our mortar teams up on deck. Please go this way. You do not need to fight that guy. Please leave. Pop smoke. Get out of there. Break line of sight. LAV-1 going to move fast up into this position. We got to really set up our supply points. You're going to go unload right there. All three of these guys are going to move forward. We have a good little line. I don't think we're ready to execute this crossing. My dude, please provide fire support. Please take out these 5 reservists, my dude. All right, Dragon Team is behind. All right, we're approaching this last little objective. So as we approach this, we need to clear up a few things, right? We can't just be like setting up for a water crossing 30 minutes into this. So let's just go building to building, building to building. No eyes on anyone. Marines, building to building, building to building. MTVs, everyone just move forward. Humvee, return to base. We don't need you. Did this guy survive? Just go in this vehicle, please. So we're going to set up a short little, we need to set up another supply line. 20,000 right up here. We're going to have this area secured, but it's going to allow us to refit. Let's go. Last little bit. Move forward. Please brake. Still a lot of things I would fix. Let's go up here. Especially like right here. There's like no real, like this is fine that there's nothing there. Like you have this small little defensive line and then you're instantly supposed to push and then look good little counter offensive. That's fun, right? You can go like, oh, that's fun. But then you're like, oh, do I, like there was a counter offensive right here. I defended. Am I going into a defensive line? Obviously, you're not because this area is completely open. So all we're moving towards is to destroy this last battery. And this MTV is just engaging that unit. Absolutely destroyed. That BRDM apparently has, ooh, that's an anti-tank vehicle, not a BRDM. All right, so you guys need to unload. All right. I highly encourage the developers to play other modern strategy games just for the UI, not for the gameplay. The gameplay here is really, really good, but there are a lot of UI, like, micro problems, and they're still persistent. It's not that they're, like, overly bad or anything. It's just, like, I understand why people say this game's really micro-y, especially when you're, like, little things. It's not like the controlling of the unit that's difficult. Like, this is easy, right? It's a lot of the bad UI decisions, in my opinion. Especially, I mean, it's really obvious. Like this right here should say yes, and this should say no. Return to main menu, yes, no, restart. You want to say yes, and it pops up again. I mean, it's just been a thing for so long that yes is the first thing. It just shows good UI design. All right, you return to base. All right, we still need to execute this water crossing. This is the most difficult part. So I find this part being one of the more interesting. I like this. This is what one of the things I really enjoy about this game is the ability to execute this water crossing, this Stinger. We never saw a helicopter. And so right now, I don't know what they fixed. I mean, obviously, optimization feels okay. In my opinion, it feels really okay. Getting that MTVR. All right, let's get these 2 Dragon teams. How do we can't really resupply right now. Let's go unload up here. This LAV is really important. So right now, we're just kind of trying to decide what we're going to do with our forces. We don't want to be too reckless. So we need to mount our Marines and do a good little crossing. I want to see what resupplying them does. Oh my god, so obnoxious. We're under heavy fire from that artillery battery. This Dragon team, he needs to return to base. Just doesn't need to be with us. Alright. So Stinger team, get in the vehicle. Get in the vehicle. I'd rather do this like jointly all at once. That just makes sense to me. Can this small team get in this LAV? What's the passenger? How do you tell how many passengers? 6 seats. I see it right there. How many can this one carry? 21. Let's put another platoon in there. Let's put another platoon in there. You Can I return you to base? Unfortunately not. Looks like you're in the war, man. Welcome to attrition. Force recon, gonna force recon. I'm not super impressed with the force recon units, not going to lie. These two units. Would it be better to return them to base? Probably, but they're gonna support us jointly in this assault. All right, and that's our dragon team. So once we mount these two units, we're going to do this water crossing. I still don't remember how to drop smoke artillery. It's really weird. X. Suppressive fire. It should be X, right? But that doesn't make sense. Because I know I have smoke artillery right here, right? T, fire position. How do I do smoke? Attack. Why is that missing? Why is smoke artillery missing? Is it X? It's not X. Like, so weird. So weird that I can't remember how to do that. Because I did it a whole bunch during the beta. It looks like it's just gone. Like the option's just gone. I don't know why. All right. We have all our assets. We are ready to do this. So, why aren't you in a vehicle, sir? Get in this one, I guess. All right. You move closer. That would make more sense to me. You move right there. This is going to be good. This is going to be a fun little assault across the ocean. Why did you not move? Please. Are you amphibious? You kind of look amphibious. I don't know if you are, though. We got a lot of Marines. All right, guys. Shut up, dude. I don't care. I'm trying to set up my fun assault. I'm trying to immerse myself in this game. All right? I don't need to be yelled at. I'm trying to immerse myself and create a cool little water crossing. All right? This is fun to me. Getting yelled at by some loser is not fun to me. All right? This is the fun part. Developers, this is the fun part. All right? Setting up a fun little combined arms assault. So I can't put any remnants of any troops in here. So that's what's going on. I keep trying to mount 10 troops when there's only 6 seats left. These don't go into split squads. So that's unfortunate. All right. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Really? The one time you pick Marines? 4. All right. LAV, can you go? Here comes our little naval invasion. Let's see what we can do now. Dragon teams. We're going to put them in these OH-53 Super Stallions. Oh, is there a way to, like, do this too? No, you can only select one at a time. Why would I? Okay. All right. We're going to bring you right there. We are not going to... Those dragons are really, really important, so I'm not going to be crazy and just be like, hey, fly across the ocean. We don't have any forces over there yet. Let's see what we get. I don't want to be engaged right off the bat. Let's not be a silly goose about this. Can I change this unit's altitude? I can. Why? Go low, go low. All right. Now you approach. Dragon teams shouldn't really be the first people on deck. I'm going to put you max Marines. All right. Osprey incoming. Go low. We got 2 of them. Low. We got 10 flares. C decoys. That's a bit micro-y. It's cool, but it's micro-y. But with the size of these engagements, it's really, really difficult. All right. Unload. 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 Wouldn't it be more like we'd want to like have these dragon teams? So let's go small team. Come on, Marines. Come on, LAV. Let's go, Marines. Here we go. Here's a beach landing. Let's go, Marines. Come on, you slowpoke. Let's go, Marines. Let's go, Marines. All right, you guys. Unload. Where can you unload? Can you unload up here? I just want to see what happens. You go back across the ocean. Pick up our guys. You're choosing to go high. You're choosing to go high. We got to micro these. Decoy, 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 marine down. Unload, 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 unload. Unload now, unload now. We're losing 2 marines. Absolutely worthless decoys. Absolutely worthless decoys. Absolutely terrible micro decision. We just lost so many good men because Joe's poor leading and commanding. All right, guys, come on, get in the battle. All right, so if the AI is able to push up this, I'm going to be a bit frustrated because, as you just saw, the AI absolutely destroyed. I remember during the demo that the AI had no problem going up the sides of these hills. So as you see, the vehicles do have problems going up the sides of the hills. Let's see if that's fair. Oh, such a bummer. Such an absolute bummer.
Now take that fort and establish a defensive perimeter.
Right. Unfortunate. Big sad right there. Dude, don't. Turn that off, developers. Turn it off now. I will not listen to that through this game. It is not necessary. I do not care. Why is there not a land button? I'm sorry, I know I sound like really angry over that, but I am not going to listen to that. I'm sorry. I'm just absolutely not going to listen to that. Oh, we have no money. We're broke. We have no soldiers. We have helicopter.
The enemy paratroopers have taken off and should be on you any minute now.
Thank you.
My ships are on
Thank you. Don't care. Yeah, that sucks. All right, guys, let's set a defensive perimeter. Set a fun little defensive perimeter. These stingers are going.
buildings overlooking the fort make your position indefensible if enemy
So obviously we need to go secure those buildings.
as long as you can.
Go, super soldiers, go. Go, dragon team, go. You are more important to the war fight. Without you, we will die. Control 2. Our helicopters have been microed to 2. Control 3. Helicopter microed to 3. Can we get anyone on deck? Marines. Please come in land with this Osprey once more. Alright, let's see what we get. Still prioritizing the wrong things. Come unload. Low. Come unload. Right. Oh, let's see. Little.
The enemy paratroopers are here.
Well, I have no one in the building, so. Go, Stinger team, go. Go, Stinger team, go. Here come the paratroopers. We have no infantry. We have no anyone. We're going to lose this fight. Come on, guys, go. Get in the buildings. Get in the buildings. Get in the buildings. Get in the buildings. Go a bit faster. LAV, spread out. LAV, spread out. Go, Dragon Team, go. Go, Dragon Team. Go, Marines. Go, SMAW. Get indefensible. This building will fall and collapse upon us. Is there only 3 buildings? There's no smaller buildings to occupy? Awesome. Insta-destroyed. Broken lines of sight. Look at that. Super stupid. Super stupid. So we just got like 2 vehicles absolutely destroyed by a naval team. That's so funny. 2. No, dude. 2 is engage. There you go. Why is this so difficult for you? Why is Q so difficult? You don't need to like go this close, but we'll watch you. So we just, oh my God. C, decoy, 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 decoy. So much micro, so much micro. Go low, go low, go low. Come on, dude, C. God, this is like an air combat sim. I'm like not microing my units. I'm just trying to get them into position and out of the road with X. Come on, my dudes. We have like nothing right here. Infantry. Marines. What can this guy do? T. Drop some artillery on that position. Get out of this building. Get out of that building. Where are our other Marines? Weren't you told to, like, load people up? Oh my god. Unload, unload. Where's this Osprey? Unload, go low. Unload, go low. Where's my Gila chopper? Where's 3? Lost a helicopter right off the bat. Outstanding. Can you get line of sight? Can you go high? Alright, you're going high. Alright, line of sight detected. Lots of heavy micro. Please, for the love of God, see. Fall, and you got shot down. I don't know what I think, guys. I don't know what I think. I know I'm not really enjoying this fight. We're at 40 minutes, and I know, like...
Focus on your objectives.
I know I'm getting shredded. Right here, right? And why are these guys... Why am I defending this area with my infantry if they're coming over here to the right? So now... Oh, what's going?
The landing party is almost there.
What's happening? What's happening? What did we do? Why did it pull me out to the middle of nowhere? Why are you choosing to get shot down? Do not enjoy that. So we hold this pointless fort. What are you doing over here? My dude. Okay. Just return to base. These guys are the world's slowest Marines. Yo, bro, hold the fort.
Our troops at the fort have been overwhelmed.
There were...
A few remaining survivors have surrendered. Your repeated failures put the whole up.
Bro, shut up, dude. Just shut up. Why is the general talking to me? Okay, 41 minutes. Don't really understand. I have a lot of feedback. So much feedback. It's ridiculous. I might just make a whole feedback video, but I'm going to summarize it. Pathing. For the love of God, add pathing. You can't just have your troops not... You can't just not know where troops are going. Like, I know, especially for a game this size, we're going to leave. And with, like, the lethality, a troop can't... You can't hit the fast key. Obviously, it's going to follow the road, right? Which is fine. But you can follow the road to a point, but they're going to break off and get engaged, and they don't prioritize getting shot at. They don't prioritize shooting over moving. So we need those pathing lines. I mean, just play Warno. It's fine to mention other games and take things from other games. It allows everyone to grow and improve. And you can just see why the pathing lines are important. 100%. The AI still, they get stuck a lot. This is like my 3rd time recording this because right in the beginning, they cluster together. If you cluster the units, they get stuck on each other, and it's really not super good. Especially if they get surrounded, the dragon teams can't really negotiate that. The AI still doesn't know which path to take. Oftentimes, as you saw me use with the Force Recon units, they were prioritizing going around one building. There was a longer route instead of through and in cover. Obviously, like, that might be difficult to program, but still, if we had the lines, it would resolve a lot of the anger clicking. I know it sounds dumb, but with those lines, it's like, okay, move to this building, and you see the troop, like that path gets selected. You're like, oh no, that's going the wrong direction. Why are you doing that? So instead of, it would remove a lot of the frustration, like, okay, click, click, go far. I don't understand the Q key. Let's go right here. Right, Q, assault, move in combat mode, which is fine. Maybe it sets a specific mode, and just if you just click on a unit and right click, they move to assault. Either way, regiments had a problem with this. The unit always tries to close that gap when you select, like, fire on them, and they shouldn't be doing that, in my opinion. The unit, if you select, I feel like an attack order should be more of a stop in these games. Stop and engage and pop smoke. Let me know if I'm wrong in that. But that's really how it should be. It should be stop, engage this unit, or engage from where you're currently at. But when you have them move forward, it creates a lot of frustration for the players because you're like, please, you're exposing yourself on the flank. They're moving to get shot from. So like you have these gaps between the buildings. And so when you tell that unit to move forward, you tell that unit to attack, they move forward, they expose themselves from two different areas. And so they kind of get shot in an L pattern. And that happens repeatedly because you just want that unit to engage someone, but you don't want them to move. So I guess the stop button makes sense, but when you say, oh, I want you to attack this specific unit, it doesn't really work. The aircraft is still really heavy micro. I'm sorry. Like I think like the decoys is really cool and it's a really cool feature. But even like this battle feels small, it still feels like really intense micro. There needs to be an unload button. Not just, oh, if you double tap U, it unloads immediately. I didn't know that. I still that's a hotkey. More experienced players use hotkey. If you look at me, I'm not. I mean, I play a lot of strategy games. Man, just put it on the key under that UI. Unload here or unload now, and an unload move. I mean, take it from Warno or regiments. It's just something that eases accessibility, and I'm a big accessibility person, especially on this channel. That's really why I created this channel, is to introduce people to these more complex strategy games. G. That G to fire smoke shells. Why I could not see that initially, that's my fault. I thought I reviewed this. It needs to be on over in that UI corner, like over in the corner where all the commands are. It needs to be there. I'm sorry. The fact that it's not kind of a bit silly. Think of yourself if you're a developer and you're watching this video. Play a different war game you haven't played and just look at it through the eyes of just not knowing anything. That's what you need to do. That's what I try and do in all my videos. But like, especially my first impressions videos, I do review the manual a little bit to kind of like sound competent about the game. But as a developer, you really you get so, at least in my experience, you get so focused on already knowing your game. You know your game. I don't know your game. You need to really come at it from an approach of someone not knowing your game. You can't come at it from like, oh, this person's experienced, this person's going to play my game, they're going to understand my game. If what you're saying is true and you were the most downloaded strategy game during Steam Next Fest, or one of the most downloaded games, all right, then people don't understand. You're really reaching to a casual audience, right? There's not a lot of hardcore like strategy games. They don't make up that mold, right? To say that, okay, we're the most downloaded strategy game or downloaded game during Steam Next Fest, a lot of casual players are playing your game. So you need to really just make it simple for them to like introduce them and onboard them. Shut the general up, all right? No one cares. No one wants to be yelled at while they're playing a game at all. Like, right, when you saw me doing that water crossing, that's the fun part, right? As stupid as it sounds, those are the moments your players immersing themselves in the game, or during those moments. And if some 4-star who shouldn't even be there, like, why is he even talking to me? Number one, why is it like, I'm already in command of this operation. The operation's already been planned. This guy's not going to be on the radio. He has other operations to plan, right? This is World War III. He's not going to be like, hey, Joe, how's that operation going? Every 2 seconds. Hey, Joe, hey, Joe, hey, Joe. What's going on? Why aren't you moving? Why aren't you moving? Why aren't you moving? That's wasting everyone's time. No one wants to be micromanaged. All right, just let me play the game. I know the objectives. They're very clearly in the right-hand corner. They don't need to be repeated to nauseum. Just get rid of him, right? He provides you with the mission briefing, and it shouldn't even be a general to begin with. My opinion, I know I'm not trying to be super, super critical, but I think it's just really fair lately. Like, I don't want this game to release and just be like, over micro-y. Like, okay, yeah, it's cool that you can change the altitude. 100% cool. Like, right, that's going to break line of sight. That's going to be really cool to play with in some really small tactical scenarios. But the larger these scenarios get, I mean, even this scenario feels small, the more micro-heavy it's going to be. So without those movement lines, without, like, the ability to, like, for more casual players, obviously double hit you, unload immediately. The G smoke missing from the artillery, the AI getting stuck, it just starts to really, really stack up and really, really amplify like a lot of these things that are really small, like a really small wrong things. the units moving to attack when you just want them to stay in a position to attack. And obviously E stop works, but you really, at just like a war gamer level, want to specify which units focus which units, and if you right click them, the unit moves. You don't want that unit to move. It causes the player to get frustrated. The unit moves out of build. So I'm going to just present a scenario. You have a unit, a set of Marines on a corner building, right? You're moving them out of that building. The unit decides to step onto the road. Don't know why. He steps into fire BRDM. You say, no, please don't do that. You move him back into the building. And you go, okay, these units, well, I'll reinforce them with some small teams, some dragons. I'll get those units online, destroy the BRDM threat. And then you're being assaulted from, let's say, northeast in 2 different corners. You say, I've identified a threat. They have an RPG. I want them to prioritize unit. So you say, please attack this unit. The unit decides to leave the building, expose himself, gets shot, and you're like, that's not really fun to me. Please just shoot from the building. This is the unit I want you to shoot at. Instead, that unit moves, exposes their flanks, gets assaulted by a naval infantry, reservists, and it just really compounds. You're like, okay, first my unit moved into the road, got engaged by BRDMs. I didn't enjoy that. So then I moved them back into the building. Fine, I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. Please engage this more hostile unit. My unit leaves the building, exposes his flanks, gets engaged by 3 different sets. He continues to run across the open field or square, gets engaged, gets suppressed, gets panicked, gets shot. Now I'm like, my anger is getting more, I'm getting more upset. I decide to move back, pop smoke with the X key, whatever, if that works. Okay, well, maybe I want to pop smoke or throw it across the street. Whatever, that doesn't work. You just pop smoke in the building you're at, and that's just, I mean, it just compounds. And really, that defense mission right there, you need to give like 10 or 15 seconds. I mean, it's fine to say, oh, counterattack incoming, but they're already knocking on your doorstep, and your forces are, if they're not set up properly already, are just going to get decimated. So there's just, and that's just feedback for this mission, but it just shows like your gameplay loop on how you're going to do things. And so I can see further missions, like especially more difficult, not more difficult ones or beginner ones, really, these aspects are going to like worm their way into those missions, in my opinion. So you're going to constantly be like, oh, counterattack. Okay, I don't have no time, so I need to start over. I don't want to start over. Why is there no save button in 2023? This is not a roguelike game. Put a save button in the game. Pause whatever you're working on right now and put a save button in. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's, just put the save button in there now. Like, I swear to God, I will not play this game if there's no save button. Like, I'm done with not having a save button. Like, just my age group on YouTube alone is 25 to 35, 35 to 60. All right, those people, they have lives, they have children, they have school, they have work. They cannot sit in a mission for 60 plus minutes at a time. Please. Like, you may be younger, you may be older, I don't know, but the scope of the people who play this game, strategy games, on my channel is 25, which is mid-20s, which is either finishing up school, settling down in a career, starting a family if they haven't already, and moving on to more things, and they play strategy games just to, like, think and decompress without that save button. And every strategy game, for some reason, is just getting rid of it. It just makes me not want to play it instantly. Like, I cannot just sit down and be like, oh, there goes 60 minutes. I lost. Now I need to start all the way over again. And get rid of the double. So you make me say yes. I'm just going to demonstrate it yes. Get rid of this. So one, we're going to have a bug like here in a moment. I'm just going to demonstrate. This is the last thing I'm going to talk about. Because I want you to see this. Because this is like part of the problem. And it really shows a lot of the gameplay loop. And it's just so basic. And it really shows that maybe you need to work on a few things. So let's take a look. This is a really long video. I don't like it. This button right here. Return to main menu. Yes. Confirm. That is not necessary at all. All right. Yes needs to be right here. We've moved on to yes, right? Return to main menu. Yes. Right? No, yes. Right? But a lot of people are like, oh, did I accidentally hit escape? No, I don't want to return. Yes, I want to restart. This guy's talking over me once again. And now I'm frozen in the screen. I'm frozen in the screen. So, no. Skip. I don't want to listen to that guy. And put these two buttons in the same menu. Like, why are they not in the same menu? Okay? These two buttons need to be in the same menu. This just needs to be no, yes, like everything else in the world. And click, because this creates three things, right? Oh, I click this button. Return to main menu, yes, no. Do I want to return? I'm asking myself a question. When you go return to main menu, no, yes, oh, yes, I wanted to do that, right? That's why it's been mapped that way. It's basic UI design. So you go return to main menu, yes, no. Those are my two options. See how you read that out? Yes, no, because you read left to right. So whereas if you go return to main menu, no, yes, oh, yes, that's what I wanted. So I don't go return to main menu, yes, no, yes. Does that make sense? Am I like just making this up? So that's why yes has moved its way over here. It's a basic UI design. So when you read this, you're not just gonna stop on yes, right? You're gonna go return to main menu, yes, no. Okay. Then you go yes, no, yes. Confirm. One. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Where if it's like return to main menu, no, yes, yes, confirm, 1, 2, 3. We reduce it by 1. And then if we just get rid of the confirm, return to main menu, no, yes, hit the button, return to main menu. Just basic UI design. So instead of having 4 options, we take it down to 1. Just a bit of advice. That's why it's there. Save and just fix a lot of things. Play your game from a really, really, just like pretend you don't know anything. Like that's the problem is these developers, they know everything about their game. Pretend you don't know anything. And it's not as hard as it sounds, right? Just pretend to be just like, oh, what does this button do? Oh, what does this button do? Why would I hit this button? Why am I approaching over here? And just say that to yourself. And don't go, I'm approaching over here because this makes sense. No, just be like, okay, I'm approaching northwest. If I click move to engage this infantry, he's going to move out and expose himself to the flank. Is that a good design? I don't know. Makes sense to me. Peace out, guys. Sorry for the hour-long rant.